So BTC is busy with a little pullback at the moment, but looking like quite an interesting buy zone coming for us. So we might be getting some buys now on BTC. Then I've got a nice token for you that some of these whales are buying, and I see that it's broken trend on quite a high time frame here. So there could be a nice big move coming with that. And I've got some RWA asset updates for you. I've got a couple of trade setups as well that could play out if BTC is going to hold this current level. And I've just taken a long on ETH. So we got so much to talk about today. Let's get right into this. And I have a guest in the back. I've dragged him out from 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. There he is. He's coming. He's coming for you guys. And if you're enjoying the content, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit that bell. And you're going to have to bang out some extra likes here because I'm not unleashing the legend with his setups without the right amount of likeage. And this man needs to be satisfied. So Ray, make sure you are satisfied. Okay. Banter Bubbles, looking at this. Look at 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, just broken a daily trend. And I've grabbed a little bit of 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 here. There might be a nice little move coming on 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 if there's going to be a little push on BTC here. So 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 we are looking at today. I've got that chart prepped for you guys. Bonk, a little bit of action. Beam, that was a trade we gave during our live on 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 session on Sunday. And this thing is absolutely flying for us. And Raymond, Celestia is 3% up, bro. Let's not get excited just yet. And yeah, so, you know.
Where's the bullhorn? Smash the ball.
Come on, baby. We're still going to get Celestia at $5, and that's a fact. And we're going to wait patiently for that. So let's see what these guys are doing to us right now. So BTC currently is just pinging our area now on the 4-hour time frame. So I've got a couple of buy zones set up here, and Ray's going to have to help me during the show because they don't have stop losses set just yet. They're just limit orders. So we're going to look at those trades right now. But BTC finally, after sitting up here for a couple of days, you know, it tends to be inevitable. They like to come back to the big magnets, and here we are testing that 382 and horizontal right now, 61,700. This was a big level that we've been talking about now for the last few days, and beautifully just into the little box now at the moment. And this is generally a bullish fib. So this is where we like to see the bulls step in. Obviously, it doesn't work every single time, but for me, this is worth a crack here. So we've got our horizontals here. We got our 382 in play. Nice little bleed out. We've got a bullish S&P looking quite good. So potentially a nice little long here for BTC, 61,700. So I'm waiting patiently on that. And then little bit of level lower down, 60,400. Remember, we've got that CME gap down to 6,500, and that ties in quite nicely at 6,400 with the 618 fib. So things are looking quite nice there if we do get a little bit more weakness. And if we do start moving higher from here, let's say we start drifting a little bit higher, we are looking at 63,357. That's a resistance zone for me. Possible rejection there. And then we've got a nice little liquidation area here, 64,500, possible rejection in that area for me. So that is the current plan. And Hitesh says it hit 61,800. So here is the current situation. This is me on Prime XBT at the moment, and I mapped out two little limit orders there. You can see I've put in 2.5 BTC buys here, waiting for it to ping that 382 and trend. And you can see on this 1 hour time frame, it makes sense. Yeah, we've got a rising trend in play as extra confluence as well. So we're going to watch and see if we do ping that. Ray, if this happens live, you're going to have to just let me know so I can just manage this if things start dropping a little bit lower here. But ideally, I'd like to put my stop just under that previous wick there. So around about 61,292. So we'll see how this is going to play out as we go along. And right, let's look at some news, what's going on out there. And cryptocurrencies granted legal status in Turkey under new crypto law. So, you know, things are moving ahead. Times are changing. And that is one step in the right direction there for crypto. And then we've got Jerome Powell stating the obvious again. And he's not expecting inflation to fall to 2% until late 2025 or even 2026. But as we see it, the S&P doesn't care. So we're going to look at that one shortly. And then some other good news news out there. We see Circle. They've announced that the USDC and EURC are now available under new EU stablecoin laws. Okay, so big news there on the Circle front for those guys. And just slowly we're making changes. And, crypto is becoming so mainstream at the moment. And ETFs, 130 million in inflows yesterday. And just loving the comment there. We are so back. And it's amazing. We do put a lot of emphasis on the ETF inflows, and it was getting quite bearish and depressing there when we had all those. I think we had 7 or 8 days in a row of absolute pain on those ETFs. So nice to see some positive inflows there. The bulls are definitely starting to come back. And the 𝗂𝗶𝗁 letter just reminding us again what the S&P is doing here. The S&P just recorded its best first half of an election here since 1976, rising 15%. Okay, so they're looking at historically 10% rally in the first half. Was followed by an average return of 7.7 in the second half of the election here. Okay, so basically what these guys are saying, history suggests that this market rally on the S&P is set to continue. And this thing is still looking so bullish here on the daily. And we pinged our all-time highs just the other day. And you'd think at some point these bears are going to come and sell this thing, but they are absolutely relentless the way they keep buying this S&P. So for me, I'm still watching 5,400 as a possible support zone for the S&P. But what we can see here is when we get these sell-offs, they are bought incredibly quickly. And wouldn't it be pleasant if these guys actually brought some of this action back into the crypto market? I'd love to see some of that. I mean, look at this Amazon. We spoke about Amazon the other day. This is Amazon on the daily holding its break. So it looks like we're going to get some kind of flag here on Amazon, and things are looking super bullish here on some of these tech stocks. And we've often seen bullish tech stocks and things like that often move into the crypto market. So at some point we can see some of these profits moving in to the crypto market. And then another notable one for me, Tesla and Mr. Musk. And he's obviously done something here, because this thing is absolutely ripping now. If you take a look at this weekly candle here on the right-hand side, we are now pushing into major trend resistance. So Tesla is on the verge of a potential massive break here, or a potential huge rejection. So definitely something to keep your eyes on, all the stock traders out there. But if you look at Tesla on the daily, this thing is looking hot. I mean, this thing is absolutely gapped up here, and obviously some bullish things coming out here on Tesla at the moment. So we're going to dig into that one, and I'll bring you guys more info. But if you are trading Tesla at the moment, your main support that you can watch right now, simple, keep it super simple. The 200-day moving average, that's around about 205 for Tesla. So that will be a nice little line of support there for you guys that you can play around with. And then back to BTC. Well, this is looking interesting. Now, we've had a little pullback today, and this is my daily liquidation map that I'm watching. And you can see now we've reset some of these longs, and the bears are now, it's their opportunity now to get rinsed out. So I'm loving this liquidation map up to about 66K. If you take a look here up the right-hand side here, all the way up to 66, that would be fun. But, even up to about 64,000 looks relatively interesting. And if we tie that in to the current BTC chart, you can see we've got our 64K level just floating around this region up there. So that would make sense now if we get a nice push into that zone, possibly a little rejection once we hit that area. I see 𝗏𝗂𝗏𝗏 says he's feeling hopeful. And what are we feeling hopeful about here? Let's talk to me, people. Talk to me. And what is going on here in the chats? So who else is here? Ben Steele is here. He's a regular. And the Prince is here as well. And he likes to call me Beard the Man. And Pickle, what's happening? Pickle's here. And smash the likes like Michael Jackson. Let's go.
Treat the like button like Michael Jackson. Just
you
beat it.
You know the drill. And Raymond, well, I see Ray's really active here. He's like a ghost at the moment. He's disappeared. And we need a likeage. We need a likeage update here. But what's happening? Thomas is here in the chat, and James says long XRP. Now, guys, the most interesting thing is XRP is on a verge.
Stop about XRP. For God's sake, stop about XRP.
I'm not talking about XRP today. But I saw
the chart. I don't care about the chart. I saw the likes. I saw the likes. The likes are not right.
Good to have you back. Okay, let's go. BTC on the daily, and nothing has changed yet. So we are still in our sort of bullish play here. We've broken that massive downtrend, and now it is time for the bulls to shine. So this is what we've been ranging on the daily since when was the 2nd of March. And surely, we're sitting in this range, and this would be a nice typical range move just back to the range highs. That would make perfect sense there for me. Wouldn't that be a nice little move? And now that we have broken this daily trend, we need the bulls to step in. So this is the bulls. This is your time to shine. And if we zoom in here, we can see a typical trend break, looking for a little retest. And if you are bullish on BTC, this is pretty much your area that you are looking for potential buys here. And the idea here, or the strategy, is obviously we want to ride this thing higher, look for that rejection. But ultimately, we're pushing about 70K. That would be the target for this potential trend break if it's going to hold. So 61,700, watching that region on the daily. If they want to dip us lower, we know our next hot zone here, 59,850. That's a big one for me. A little bit lower down, 58,300. So these are the main levels that you're watching on the daily, especially for the spot traders out there. And then dominance is another key one that you're going to watch. And you might have noticed today, we had BTC pulling back, but we've had quite a few altcoins actually holding their areas really nicely. And this is dominance that I'm watching here on the 12-hour. And notable again, I've pinged the 100-day MA for you guys and the 50-day MA for dominance. And these are beautiful moving averages where you can look for your rejections and your supports. And they are playing their part even on the dominance chart. So look at that little rejection on the 50-day MA. And remember, when we're pumping into that area, that's bad for alts. When we are rejecting from that zone and we are bleeding out on dominance, that is obviously much better for the altcoins. And when we see BTC falling over, but nice red dominance candles, that tells us these alts are trying to hold their areas. They're trying to hold their levels. And that's often a good opportunity then to start looking for longs tying into a potential Bitcoin bounce. So definitely a nice one to have on your charts. And then the total 3. This is all the altcoins, well, not all the altcoins, but this is the crypto market excluding BTC and Ethereum. So we're looking at altcoins in general, and we haven't checked in on this one in a while, but we are still looking okay here. We are still holding some major support here, and you will note this 200-day moving average is coming into play once again, and we've got a massive 382 fib pool here. This is from the absolute lows to the highs, and we know that represents quite a strong area. And when that gets tied in with weeklies, you know these areas give you a hell of a fight with regards to support. So far so good on these altcoins. As long as we are holding this region, we should be okay. And this chart is telling us, worst case, we are looking for a little bit of a push higher, even into this trend. And that tiny little percent move is obviously going to put a lot of cash into these altcoins, and we should get a nice little move out of them. I see Simon Brooks says Celestia hitting all-time high. All-time shitcoin, basically. And but it will have its day. We'll deal with Celestia again. Okay, so I've just gone long on Ethereum, and the reason I did that was it's finally drifted into my first zone of interest, my first bullish zone that we were looking for. And lo and behold, here it is, tying into a 382 pullback, the same way we've just seen BTC pushing into a 382 pullback. So far so good for Ethereum. We have just pinged the 382 fib, that's 3,416. We've got the 50 MA on the 4-hour, that's 3,400. I've got 2 trend lines here. I've got horizontals, and a little bit lower down, I've got the 100-day moving average at 3,390. Okay, so that is telling me balance of probabilities, we should get a reaction in this area, and we've seen that so far, that ETH has drifted now into the zone, and you can see that ETH is currently reacting in that zone. So that is what we look for when we're looking for these dips into these areas. This is where we can start nibbling for potential trades. Remember, when you get a drop into these nice strong regions, you can fiddle around here, get some positions going, and then you can always play those trend breaks later when these things get a little bit of momentum. So for right now, we've got multiple levels of confluence here telling us that we should hold here with ETH, and notable that it's tying in with BTC at a 382. So what does that tell me? It tells me if BTC starts losing that 382, there's a good opportunity or good probability that we're going to see ETH drifting a little bit lower down to its corresponding 618. So then we're going to be watching 3,350. So there's a couple of ways you can play this. Number one, you can look at this as 2 potential scalps. So your first potential move right now is roughly, your risk is roughly well, it's even less than that. So from this entry point, your risk is roughly 0.6% to under that candle low. If you're looking to under the 100-day MA, your risk is roughly 1%. Okay, this is option number one. If it drifts a little bit lower, you can do a similar style trade with a 1% risk. Well, alternatively, you can say you believe BTC is staying bullish. You believe the BTC is going to churn up in July to 70K. And how can you play that? Well, you want to buy any bounces on a 382 or a 618 for BTC. So then you can look at one potential trade here where you can buy some right now, 3,400. You can add to your position lower down at 3,350. And then using that, you'd expect BTC to hold that 618 fib. And then your total risk for that potential move is about 2.5%. On ETH. So there's a couple of ways you can play that. The scalpers, obviously, naturally, you degens out there like very tight stops and you like very high leverage. So you'd be looking for 1% stops on some of your trades. But the spot traders, the margin traders, you can let these things sweat a bit as long as your bias is overall bullish. We've got BTC breaking trend. You're expecting things in July. These are going to be your areas where you are looking for potential buy. So here is my current situation on WEX. And you can see I've just opened that ETH position here. And it's currently $17,500. We're going to be adding to that if it does start moving up. And my stop loss on ETH, let's just confirm exactly where that is. It is sitting at 3,379. So that is just below that 100-day moving average at the moment. So if we get a little bit more weakness, I'm expecting that 100-day MA to do a little bit of work. And 3,379 is then where I will jump out. Then we'll reassess. If we get taken out there, we'll have to reassess. There'll probably be some fun and games if they are going to jump around there. So that is my current plan on ETH. And you can see I'm sitting in TON at the moment as well. And I'm sitting in Phantom. Now, don't forget, WEX is a very quick, a very fast growing exchange. They are 0 KYC and they are launching their token. And the more you trade on WEX, the more of the airdrop of the token you're going to get. So I'm just trading on here, earning my points to get their WEX token points as well. And they are also offering you a 20% sign up bonus there. So just go into the description here in the show and you will see them. They are fourth from the top there, fifth from the top, WEX, and jump in there, take advantage of what they are offering you guys at the moment. Now, let's talk about things that whales are buying. And we noticed today there was a tweet floating around from Look on Chain. Now, these guys are obviously tracking a lot of wallets. They're tracking a lot of action. And they picked up today that whales are accumulating some Link. And $30 million of Link in the last 7 days is nothing to be sneezed at here. That's a massive size. And they obviously track all these wallets. They've dropped all these addresses. So all the snoops out there, you can go around and see and fiddle around and see what these guys are involved in. But if these guys are dropping $30 million on Link and moving it out of exchanges, we need to pay attention. We need to say, why are these guys doing it? Why are they buying Link there and taking it off exchanges? Do they know something we don't? And it's just a very interesting method that you can use and to try and track where the money is going. So right now, I'm looking at Link on the 12-hour, and we can see what's going on here. We've got a little trend break for Link, and considering what has happened today, Link has held really well after this little trend break, and it could be an opportunity for a potential long here. So what I want to give you guys is a couple of levels of interest here. So firstly, you can see on this 12-hour, we've had 2 or 3 days sitting at 14.2. So this is a massive support region here for Link. And 14.2, that's going to be your first area of interest. A little bit lower down here, I've got 13.4 as a potential support zone. So for example, if they do drip it lower, that's what we want to see. Now you will note, BTC's hit a 382. Link has stayed up. ETH has hit a 382. Link has stayed up. We've seen that on a lot of other tokens, and Link is really seemed to be holding nicely. So there could be some moves coming here for Link, and I would say watch as your low 13.95, and this would be ideal if you're using that sort of level. This will be ideal for an exit zone for any spot or margin traders here, 13.95. That could be an exit plan for you if you're trading Link on leverage. You want to be watching, say, 14.24 as your potential support zone. And then upside, I have a couple of levels. But number one, you want to just pay attention to these moving averages. Now, we know how nicely these things react for us, and they often make great TP points when they are tied in with horizontals, when they are tied in with fibs and those things. So SMA 15.7 and 15.77 and 15.69 would be target number one here. For Link, a little bit higher up, we've got the 200-day moving average, 16.4. So far, Link has broken trend. Link is looking relatively bullish here. And if we start cracking these moving averages here, then we start opening up that 18.5 level again. But right now, for me, baby steps, we under all three of the major moving averages. And it would make sense to me that we do eventually go back and visit them, even just to say hi, give them a little touch and then potentially reject off them. So I'm watching those closely. And Ray, what are we looking at here? What's the 𝗏𝗔𝗟 level? Are we ready to unleash?
The level is at 300. We need to double it up.
Come. Guys, really, I'm bringing on the legend. I didn't drag him all the way out of his cage from Sniper Club for nothing. We need that likeage for him. And look at him. He's ready. He's just woken up. It's like 7 a.m. for the man. Come on. And you got... Okay, let's go. While we're talking Link, now remember, there is a little bit of a link with Link into RWAs and those type of things. And remember, Link started the last RWA rally. And I thought because of the little Link party we're having today, let's look at a couple of RWA assets. So 𝗲𝗏𝗏 is one you've seen on my show a couple of times. We know Chaos loves this thing. And it is sitting still on a very nice level. I've got a 618 fib. I've got a rising trend. And I've got a 200-day moving average. So there's a beautiful little spot trade here, teeing up for you guys right now as we speak. And this is an RWA play, so a nice little narrative. We know it's a hot narrative. We know it's BlackRock's favorite party at the moment in crypto. And 𝗲𝗏𝗏 for me, where it's sitting, 1.27, anywhere in this region, there's a little trade here that looks pretty decent here. So spot traders, your exit plan is going to be roughly about 9% here as a potential exit zone. So you invalidate it if you start losing these big areas. Now, what are these big areas? Number 1, 200-day MA. Number 2, massive 618 fib. Number 3, massive macro rising trend. So if we start losing that trend, then we are looking bearish on 𝗲𝗏𝗏. But right now, nice big support band here for us and looking to send this one higher. So upside targets for me, naturally, we're going to look at these MAs that are in the way. So 1.54, 1.71. But I'd like to take out these highs over here. And you can see it ties in very nicely with these 3-day horizontals here. So 2.08 is the ultimate move that I'm looking at on 𝗲𝗏𝗏 if this thing starts taking off fast, and that's around about 63% for you guys. And Baka Yaro says, if Rio is good enough for Chaos, it's good enough for me. We know this Chaos. He loves his RWAs, and he loves his smaller cap tokens. So I have very much the same sentiment. If he likes it, I like it. And right, let's talk about Ondo. And Ondo on the 8 hours, still looking good, still looking strong. And we've had a little pullback now on Ondo, but nothing to be concerned about here. We're looking at a little 618 visit, and we'd like to see that tied in now with BTC drifting into that 382. Maybe Ondo on a 618 would make sense. So 1.14 is what I'm watching here on Ondo. I'm still sitting in an Ondo position, and right now you can see we're hovering around the 50-day MA. But for me, I'm looking for a move into that 618 and then a possible bounce there on Ondo. And then if we zoom out a little bit, you can see we've got a rising trend giving us a little bit of confluence as well. And this trend has been respected fairly nicely. We can see here 1, 2, 3. So if we visit this trend one more time, I would expect some kind of bounce in that region as well. So we got 3 or 4 levels of confluence here that tells us Ondo could be a play. 1.144 is a nice little number where you can start fiddling around. If we do lose that area, then we highlight our next zone, and that would be our next reaction zone, 1.09. So that is the current Ondo plan that we're going to be watching. And here it is, my current situation on Ondo. So I have added a little bit to that position and still letting it play out. I'm trading this one on ZoomX as well. There's a link in the description for you guys, and also great offers from these guys. But yeah, no changes here for Ondo. We'll see how we go. You can see my stop loss is sitting here at the moment, 1.088. And you can always just move your stop loss around on this platform. Actually, it's quite easy. You can just move this thing around like that. So I'm going to leave it there just under that low there. So now I've moved it to 1.076. So it's just under these candle lows. And let's see how that goes. So looking for Ondo to hold this rising trend and maybe send us back to about 1.28. That would be ideal for me. Another one I've got for you guys, a little bit of render action. And this was the one from yesterday. So we did dip into our little box, and we haven't touched that 618 yet. So interesting, that we haven't touched the 618 just yet. But this trade is still intact for render, and still looking for nothing serious here. I'm looking for 8.3 as target number 1. I'm looking for about 9 as target number 2. And the big level that you want to hold, 7.4. So if we do get a little dip into this region, nothing to panic about there. Looking for buys at 7.4, 7.45, anywhere in that region there. And the tighter you can get the buy, obviously the way lower your risk of your stop is, and that should help the degens out there. And spot traders, well, you know the drill. You're buying on that 618, you're buying a little bit lower if you want to as well. And as long as your bias is bullish on BTC, and then render should start churning up with the market as well. So again, there's two options here: sit back and chill, trade spot, sleep well at night, or be a degen and trade the 20x's and do these type of things like this man over there. There's one, and like this man over there. There's one. And maybe like this man too. Okay, so that is render. And whatever else I've got for you guys. So Sol, here's a big one. So I'm out of that Sol position that we traded. We were looking at the entry was 140 to 138, and Sol is now at a resistance band, and looking for our next trade on Sol. And where is the next trade on Sol? So for me, the next bull trade on Sol for me is a very simple plan. I did mention this one yesterday. You can see these two MAs staring us in the face here. So the minute we get that pop from Solana, I would expect some kind of rejection here. And for me, the buy is going to come on that retest. So right now for the bulls, just chill, okay? Bulls, just wait on Solana, and there's no real rush here. If this market's going to give us money, it's going to give us money, and we don't need to force it. So let this thing break this trend, let it reject at these MAs, and then we're going to look for those support buys, and it's going to be around about 149, 150. But we first want to just get through that trend region, and then we can start jumping up. And if this thing starts falling over, very simple game plan. I'm watching 140 will most likely have a go again at that 140 region. So let's see how Sol is going to play out. But right now, let it break a trend. There's no urgency here. Okay, what else we got? What else we got in the chats here? I see Mark's all the way from Brisbane. Nice to have you here. It must be late. Must be very late there. And Thomas is looking for Sui. We do have Sui. It's looking interesting. I've got a Sui chart for you guys. It's coming soon. Pendle from Bengal says, Pendle, that is a great RWA and ETH play mix as well. I don't have Pendle here for you guys today. Remember what you can do. Very simple plan. After the show, leave the charts in the chats for me. Then I can start looking at them the next day. Ray's going to be watching that stuff, and then we can include one or two of them on the show. So the more you do that for me after the show, the easier it becomes. And then we can start covering them. And another reminder for you guys, all these charts you see on my show, I update every single day on the Sniper Club. So you just need to be part of the Sniper Club, and you have my charts. When you wake up in the morning, well, it depends what time zone you're in, but roughly, South Africa time for me, by about 12 o'clock every day, I've updated 20 to 30 charts. All these charts you see on the show, most of them are there in the Sniper Club, ready and waiting for you. When you wake up, you open it, and they are there. And you can see all my levels. You can see all my thoughts and comments on these charts. So join Sniper Club if you are interested in that type of thing. And there's obviously a lot more happening. Not just my charts. Okay. What else is happening here? Okay, Ray, so I've got the legend bringing. You bringing injective.
I can do injective, Arweave, optimism, whatever floats your boat.
Can you do near from the chats? Okay, David wants near. Item wants near as well from the chats. Can you do injective? And random wants tower. Okay, I'm going to give you tower because I charted tower today.
I'll get near random.
So I'm going to get tower ready as well, and then we're going to get into that now. So I've got a couple more things for you guys. So the legend's going to prep these things in the back here for you. I do have a couple more tokens that we want to talk about. Here's Ton. Okay, so Ton finally gave us a little trend break, and you saw I was trading Ton here. Where's my Ton position? Yeah, I'm trading Ton in WEX at the moment, and nice little trend break on Ton. So looking very exciting here at the moment. And we had this chart ready for you guys yesterday. We were saying we're looking at two options here, a little pullback, or we were waiting for that trend break. Now we've got that Ton trend break. So if you are trading Ton, what do you need to watch? The big zone you want to be watching here, 7.74. Okay, so any weakness here on Ton, no panic zones. Okay, we're looking for that 7.74. That could be a nice little buy for you. And then if they really want to send us lower, you need to understand where your next level is. So what you do is you update your fib from the low to the high. Let's pull it right to the high there. And we want to highlight our next area of interest. So let's just put that little dot around there for you guys. Okay, so that next zone for us, if Ton shows more weakness and doesn't hold the horizontal, your next big one, 7.6. Okay, that's your next big zone, 7.6. So both of these are super bullish pullback zones here. We got a nice trend break, super bullish pullback zone. Number one is 7.74. super bullish pullback zone number 2, 7.6. Now we know there's so much happening. There's tons happening with ton. And, this thing is growing very fast. And, fundamentally, if you watch the show, they're part of the Telegram situation. And this thing, they've got a massive user base. So ton, very bullish at the moment here for us. Watch those levels. This thing could start flying. If the market turns bullish, that thing can really start kicking. And Max, because BTC, dropped an interesting chart here on CAS for us. And, we have been talking about this one for a while, and he's super bullish. So he's given a little representation here as what has happened with CAS in the past. And, history likes to repeat itself, doesn't always, doesn't repeat, it rhymes, okay? And if that is so, we're expecting some kind of CAS move. So I've prepped my chart here from Sniper Club for you guys. And the first area that I've got is drifting into it right now. So 0.174, 0.175. This is a hot zone here for CAS, and it's a very simple 382 fib pullback here. Nice little move into that 382. So that's your first area of interest, 0.714 to 0.715. And then the higher conviction zone for me has to be the 618 and trend. So if we do get, it's a little bit of mess around on CAS, a little bit of up down. Look for that. Okay, that is a nice little setup that I'm looking for on CAS. So that would be my ideal position there, and that is 0.16. So 0.16, looking for that dip. We've got horizontals, we've got a 618, we got trend, and a little bit lower down, you can see this 50-day MA slowly making its way up here into that region. So we could have multiple levels of confluence here, and could be a nice little trade for CAS. We know these things are, this thing is super bullish at the moment. And I see Ben says it is very late in Oz. Well, guys, I appreciate that you stayed up for me, and hopefully some of these trades can fire for you guys, and we can make it worth your while. Let's see what else. Matty says, what is going on with Pendle? It's dumping hard, guys. I'm going to digress just quickly here. Let's see what the story is with Pendle. Wow. Okay. Wow. This could be an opportunity. Okay. So, yeah, Bruce, do you want to check if there's anything fundamentally happening with Pendle? If you can see anything or any news quickly floating out there. Let's take a look. Maybe there's an opportunity here for a little Pendle entry for us. Okay. Here's our 618 coming in hot. Okay, so this is an abnormal dump. We need to understand what is causing this, why it's happening. But what I can give you, if you're sitting in Pendle, I can give you two very interesting areas. Okay, so the first one is 4.3. That is where it's drifting right now. Okay, this is typically a reaction zone. So let's just be cautious because they're painting a hell of a candle here on the daily. But at some point, you notice that these things react at these type of areas. So reaction zone number 1, 4.3, okay, down to 4.24. Okay, then a little bit lower down, look at this. Okay, there's nice horizontals here, and there's the 200-day moving average. This is massive for these altcoins. So 3.9. Okay, so 3.9. What's that? So 4.29 to 4.24 and 3.9. We might get some kind of little reaction here on Pendle. Okay, so there could be something coming, and maybe the legend can dig around there and see what he can see out there. So we'll try and find out there for you guys. Okay, another one interesting for you, low risk play. Okay, here's a nice little low risk banger here. This is Sui on the 12-hour. You can play this two ways. Okay, leverage traders, you've got a much tighter stop. You've got a much tighter setup. Margin and spot traders, such an easy invalidation here, and quite a nice relaxing play. So remember how bullish they were on Sui 3-4 weeks ago before the market collapsed and killed everybody, and everybody was talking about Sui, and they were hyping this thing. Every man and his dog was trying to trade this thing. It was all over Twitter, and Sui now has died with the rest of the market, and it hasn't recovered yet. But I did note today on the 12-hour it's broken a little downtrend. Okay, so that's a great start for us. Obviously now with the current BTC pullback, it has started drifting back. So earlier today we pushed higher, we did print a new high. Now we are dipping back into our entry box. So there's a couple of options here for you guys. Leverage traders, obviously you're running things tighter, you're taking more risk. Okay, so that's a different story. But if you are buying at the center of this box, okay, your current stop loss risk is about 1.6% on Sui. If you are buying as a spot trader or a margin trader, your current risk is about 4.7%. Okay, so do your calculations based on your leverage and things like that. And, the ultimate low, okay, which we don't want to lose, is about 7% down. Okay, so there's a couple of ways, there's a couple of options here for the traders. So my current view is if BTC holds the current area, 61,700, that 382 and horizontal, I expect 𝗬𝗎 to start ripping from here with BTC and the alts. Okay, so I would expect 𝗬𝗎 to hold. If BTC drifts lower, 60,400, I would expect this region to start getting tested. So that is going to be your 0.776 region, 0.777 region. I'd expect that to get tested, these lows to get tested if BTC is going to lose that 61,700. So play it nicely and watch that one carefully. And currently your entry box on 𝗬𝗎 is anything from 0.814 down to 0.8. Okay, so nice little tight little entry box there for you guys on 𝗬𝗎, and easy invalidation for the leverage traders, 1.4% risk. Spot traders, you're looking at 4.6 to 7% risk, depending on which low you're going to exit out. And remember, I like to try and watch for a candle close under a level, because quite often they come and send these things lower down and then they just pump it up and just do these types of moves to you. So look out for that. They do a little stop hunt and then send it higher. So if possible, try and look for the candle close preferably, but those are your risk parameters, and there's a nice little potential trade for you guys. Now, I wanted to update you guys on Starbot. Now, my current meme portfolio has gone to shit with the rest of the market, and I've been trading ETH memes, I've been trading Sol memes and all these things, but there is an opportunity here when the market has fallen over and all these memes are tired and things like that. Maybe this is the right time to start grabbing a couple of new memes. So I've got Starbot locked and loaded here, but I need you guys to help me. I need some really big shit coins. So can you send me some shit coins on ETH here? And they got to be meme coins, because I'm going to buy them on Starbot. So start dropping some absolute shit coins here, and I'd like to make something out of it. So I'm going to show you my current Starbot situation. And here is Starbot. You can grab the link in the description. And here's a little video for you guys on how Starbot works. But essentially, if you've been trading Sol meme coins using bots on Telegram like BonkBot and those types of things, this is the identical thing, but for ETH meme coins. Okay, so let's take a look here. There's a little video. You can watch this on their website. There's a link in the description there. Just grab that. And they give you a little explanation as to how this thing works. They teach you how to do it, but it's as simple as loading this thing on Telegram. And you drop some, you send some ETH to the wallet, and then you get trading. So I'm going to show you mine shortly, but jump onto the site if you want to see how to use it. If you're new to meme coin trading, especially on ETH, this is the way you can do it, and nice and super fast. So let me share my screen with you guys. Now, I still got PTSD from the last time you guys absolutely rugged me when I showed you my seed phrase. Hopefully that's not going to happen again. Let's see if we can pull this one up here. Okay, please don't steal from me again, guys. I really appreciate it. Okay, so here's my Starbot on ETH at the moment, and no seed phrases in sight. So far, so good. So this portfolio actually hit about 25K not too long ago, and it only cost me about 2 or 3 at the time. And, now we've had this massive pullback, and I was holding this 𝗶𝗶 that went to about 20K. So 𝗶𝗶 is the son of 𝗃𝗃, believe it or not. And then I had Matrix. It was a play on what's the kickboxer? What's the kickboxer with a cigar and the sunglasses, the bald head? What's that guy's name? Ray, you know what I'm talking about. Tate. It was a play on that Tate guy. 𝗃𝗏 was a community takeover token that sounded good. GME, GME. DTI, one of my favorites. I've got some DTI. And Bird Dog, I bought that. I had a guest on my show, and he told me to buy some Bird Dog. Guys, what do we have here? Let's see in the chats. What shit coins do we have here? Not ENS, Thomas. Come on, we're looking for ETH meme coins here. I need an ETH meme coin. What do you guys got? I saw you. Thanks for clearing up. It was Tate for me. Him, what is him? Okay, I see. They go. What is? No, guys, where's the shit coins? Where's the shit coins? Come, I'm losing these chats here. I see MAGA on ETH. Okay, come on. Send these things through. Ray, can you send some shit coins through here as you see them? And they got to be ETH coins, okay? Because we can buy them here using Starbot. And MAGA Peppy. Okay, maybe we need to pull up some deck screener here for this one quickly. Maybe we can buy some of this thing. Let's see what we got here. I'm just whipping out some deck screener here quickly. MAGA Peppy. I need it to be on ETH. Okay, here we go. MAGA Peppy is on ETH. Let's look at this thing. Oh my God, no, this thing's wrecked, man. This thing's wrecked. Let me show you these guys. Keep these tokens coming through, yeah? Let me show you this mega peppy. No, it's an absolute mess. I mean, I don't want to go to zero, guys. You know what I mean? Let's not go to zero. There's mega peppy. That's fine. What else we got? I can't buy that, bro. Okay, there's happy. No, but you guys are telling me about shit on Sol. I want to buy.
Consolidating. It's consolidating.
Oh, it's consolidating. Okay, what else? Pay. Let's see if there's pay here. Pay. All right, here we go. This could work. Okay, here we go. $92 million market cap. Okay. Shall we have a go? Bruce, what do you think? Can we buy some paper? I'm going to buy some paper.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Why not?
I mean, fundamentally, it's a great project. Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm in it for the tech, bro. I'm in it for the tech.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
So I'm copying the token address. Then you drop the token address into Starbot. I'm going to show you when this process is complete. Okay, let me just go through this process quickly.
Wait. People are getting confused if it's the TIA chart. Hold on. The last chart that was consolidating, they thought it was the TIA chart.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to buy. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly now what I've done. Okay, confirm. Yeah, let's share the screen here. Now, guys, don't rug me, okay? If you see anything that shouldn't be there, don't rug me. Come on, be nice to me. Okay, so I've dropped the token address, okay, into Starbot. Then I selected that I wanted to buy a certain amount, and now I'm going to click confirm, okay?
All I know is that mom says PP is good.
Okay, so I've just bought this PayPay at $92 million market cap, apparently because I'm in it for the tech. Okay, there we go. It's done. Okay, so I bought some PayPay. Let's see how this thing grows. Let's see if we get a little bit more action now on some of these meme coins. Maybe they're going to start recovering here for us. And yeah, let's see how we go. Now, I've got, before I bring the legend, he's coming. I've got 2 meme tokens I wanted to just talk to you guys about. Number 1 was 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 on the daily. So this thing has been absolutely abused. As you can see, this thing has drifted down, and it's been a proper pain for whoever bought the top of 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. And, you know, you felt the burn. You actually got sent down 57% there on 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. But interesting for me, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 has now consolidated on a nice little level, the 786. We've seen tons of altcoins hold the 786, and now it's breaking this little trend here on the daily. So just notable here that 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is waking up a little bit. So here's 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 now on the 12-hour, and what you can do, obviously, I wouldn't recommend trading leverage on things like 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and stuff like that. You're looking more sort of spot situations, but if you are looking for a position here, and again, this is going to be linked to the market being bullish. You're looking at supports 0.168, number 1. And your next level, I would say, deeper and darker, 0.158. Okay, these are your potential exit zones for 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. If it's going to lose these levels, we're going to see BTC really dipping lower. The alts in pain. We're going to see dominance bouncing and those things. So 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, 2 nice little exit zones here for you, but a good start. We've broken a 12-hour trend. Could be a sign of things to come. And then if you are trading, maybe set some limit sell orders at the 100-day MA, at the 50-day MA. There could be nice little areas there for you just to jump out. So that's 0.002 and 0.0218. Okay, both of those are interesting zones. And then PopCat, that's been a bit of a pumper lately, and I haven't been tracking it too much, but Rodolfo actually sent me this PopCat chart early. He said I must take a look at it, and yeah, looking okay. So a little bit of a push down we're looking for on PopCat, but so far so good. We've broken a nice little range here. You can see we've popped through the highs, and we're looking for this little consolidation in the zone, little buy here on that 382. And PopCat could be a little mover for us, Bruce. And I know you like charting these
oh
things.
yeah, PopCat is the meme. You're right. The memes have kind of been dinged with the rest of the market, but PopCat is one that actually did very well.
It's got its own personality. Yeah, so PopCat 0.518. Okay, let's go to the legend. Let's see what you have for us. Do you want to bring up your screen here? You've got Twitter open here. Is this your Twitter?
All right. Yeah. So you asked about Pendle. So
yes.
I couldn't find any news about Pendle, but I'll go to things like Alex said Pendle's dying, and then there was a bunch of stuff about people bragging about their trades. up 285% on their shorts.
I wonder
So-
what happened. Let me ask while you're showing your charts there. I'm gonna just ask my researchers here and see if they've
I
got
don't know.
something.
Anyway, it did do a tank. And by the way, it wasn't alone. A couple other tokens took some dumps too. But let's go do some charting. So you asked about near
and injective, and you're gonna have to zoom in there for us a lot.
Negative bunch. So I'm trying to consider where near is in the grand scheme of things. So what I really like is that after a lot of machinations, near pushed up. It basically pushed up, came back, and retested the 618 to the spot. This was pretty. Right? For those of you who were watching it, that double bottom right there on that trend line at the 618, that would have been a sweet entry. Since then, it pushed up, and it broke through cleanly broke through the 200-day moving average, and it's been consolidating right there and just started to push up above it. So if you're looking for near, I would wait for it. It's kind of in the middle between this new range and that old one right there, that new level there and there. So I'd highly suggest being patient with near and letting it come. Go away there. Go away. Don't need that because it's right between the two. So either keep an eye for this thing coming back and retesting that level, which would be sweet because then you can take a push from there. Or it might be just simply better to let it wait it out, and because what it could do is it push up and reject there. But if it pushes up above that level, watch for that retest right there, and right over here could be a sweet entrance also.
So
right
higher
now,
or lower? No trade now. Okay.
Exactly.
Cool. Higher or lower? That's the vibe.
Yep. Coolness. Injective is one I'm actually just got in. There's a bunch of them that look very similar. It's been in this range for a little bit, and it did kind of a swing failure pattern right there, or Wyckoff, whatever you want to call it. Came back and retested right here. That was support right over here, right? It defined a trend, broke up, came back and retested, and I literally just entered right over there where they stopped. I literally just did a few minutes ago. You can put your stop one of two places. If you want to take it a real tight stop, you can put it below that low right over there. That's 1.86. If you want to give it a little bit of room to breathe, you can stick it underneath that low right over there, which I don't expect, if it stays healthy, to come retrace to. But that's only 2.6%. So I wouldn't either one, depending on your risk profile. And then come back here. And then I'm looking at somewhere. If you want to kind of scalp this because the market's kind of volatile and Bitcoin doesn't look like it's cleanly pushing, you can take your TP anywhere around 24.10, kind of these recent highs. I mean, that's not bad. It's a couple good percent right there. Hang on. So that's 7%. You could eyeball the 50-day moving average, which is slightly higher than that right over there. Or if you want to leave some of it open, and if Bitcoin looks like it's really going to push, you can start eyeballing that bigger, when we go up to a higher time frame, the bigger downtrend, and eyeball that level, that trend, kind of the correlation of the two right over there, which is a 21% pump. So really all depending on what the market generally does, but I'm definitely in this, at least for the short haul and potentially for the long haul trade.
Okay, so I mean, guys, you're getting the picture here. There's tons of potential short-term trades. You just need to decide. Do you have the right bias? Does it tie in with what you're looking for? Then you're getting these buy zones. You're getting these entries. And as a trader, at some point, you've got to push the button and you've got to take the play. And, we focus on good areas, reaction zones, and those type of things on a trading system. That everyone has their own sort of system that you follow. So watch me, watch Bruce, watch the other guys, formulate your own thing that works for you, and then push the button. You've got to do it. You've got to jump in at some point. So I just want to bring up two more charts quickly. And one of them is XRP, because... why are they balloons? I'm asking. Fuck me. Wait. XRP, wait. You gotta watch this. Watch this, Ray. Watch this. XRP. Okay, so there's some kind of ETP or something going on, but in pure XRP style, fuck all's happened to the chart again. And here it is. So let's bang out a trend line and see what's going on. I mean, if an ETP in Stockholm doesn't pump XRP, I mean, I don't know. It's just, look, XRP might one day, or it might not. But I might have to send my Mac in for repairs now, because I when you pull up XRP, it tends to break it. Yeah, okay. So there is a little opportunity here for XRP if you want a 5% return in the next 15 years, probably to the downside. You can look at your main level, 0.45. Okay, watch that. That's your low. That's your big support that you're going to be watching. And if you're trading a little bit tighter than that, then you can look at today's low. I mean, if this bullish news doesn't pump this thing, then I don't know what's going to. So 0.476. Watch that area. And then upside targets, easy play here. 50-day MA, 0.503. 100-day MA, 0.527. Look for those. Very simple, very quick, very in and out there on XRP. And then 𝗏𝗏, there was a question for 𝗏𝗏, and I just want to zoom out here for you guys, just show you where we are in the big picture. And remember, these types of things, pump, dump, and the narrative was hot for 𝗏𝗏. It was a massive play. And AI play, obviously, and we are now down 66%. Typical move down now on 𝗏𝗏, and looking for some kind of support play. So if we look at this thing on the daily, you can see there's a nice little band in this region. Okay, there's a nice thick little zone here. So spot traders, it's anywhere in this block. So from 270 down to 245. Anywhere in that block is a nice big area. You're going to get your reaction in that zone. If you are a leverage trader and you're looking for, a little bit more action, you need to be a little bit more fussy with where you're jumping in, jumping out, and things like that. And what I can give you now for 𝗏𝗏 is an area of interest now off the 618. So you can see this zone has reacted previously multiple times. We lost that when we reclaimed it. We retested it. Now we're back in that area. Okay, so 264, interesting area. Maybe there's going to be a reaction here. Okay, 264, a little bit lower down, 259. So leverage traders, 264, 259, and then your next big zone lower down, 252. Okay, these are your areas that typically will start a little move, and then you'll get some kind of trend break out of them, and then you can start trading it higher. So you're looking for reactions on these zones. You can build little positions, and then we start breaking trends, and then you can start adding to these things as we go. Yep. What did James say? Anyone trading XRP is Stockholm syndrome. Okay, that was great. Bruce, thanks for hanging. You want more of this man? He's in Sniper Club. He's dropping stuff all day long. And you go check him out. We're doing actually Sniper Club members. For those of you that are here, we've got Hustle coming in at 7 p.m. That's in 30 minutes time. We're doing a gaming session with Hustle. We're going through the charts. We're going through the current narrative. We're going through why it's so bad at the moment. We're going to cover all of that stuff. So Bruce, see you later. Thanks for hanging.
Thanks a lot, everybody. Peace.
Ciao, ciao. And guys, that's it from me. Couple of trades again today. Let's go ETH. Maybe ETH is going to rip for us here off these levels. If not, we'll see where we are tomorrow. We'll pick it up again. But be safe out there. Don't over leverage. Don't over trade. We'll see you guys tomorrow.